Hello everyone, my name is Satyam Raha. In this video, let's talk about dynamic method dispatch in Java. So basically, Java implements the runtime polymorphism using this concept. Okay, by which it actually uh, resolves the calls to overridden methods at runtime. What do I mean by that? So let's say I have a class named A. Okay, say I have another class called B. Let's say I have another class C. Okay, now you see class B extends A, as well as along with that C also extends class A. So this is what this is basically um, hierarchical, right? Hierarchical inheritance. So you see, now what do I want to explain is dynamic method dispatch. Say I create, and let's say I create some methods called show. Okay, let's say I have a show method which say which actually prints in a show maybe, and let's just override this the subclasses. Let's override this, and let's say this is v show and this is c show, right? So now when I create an object of a subclass, I can refer to the subclass using the reference of the superclass. What do I mean by that? Normally, if I want to create an object of B, so I will write like this: B obj equal to new B, right? I will do it like this, and I will create I'll call obj dot show. In this way, the B's version will be called, isn't it? So this is fine, right? But what I want to do is here, this reference, this is the reference, right? This is the reference variable obj. Now instead of using B to refer, I can use A. It will work fine. Okay, it will work fine because a superclass, a reference, can be used to create subclass objects. Okay, Java allows this, and Java uses this fact to implement dynamic method dispatch, that is resolve the overridings at runtime. How does it do it? Let's see. Let's say I simply let me create a obj. Okay, so this is simply a reference variable, and let's say I'm creating an object of b here, a ob, right? Let's say ob dot show, right? And maybe let's say I have another object oc equals to new c, right? If this is the case, say for example, now what I can do is I can use the reference variable of a, which is obj. Let's make it oba. Okay, well, let's say oa for better understanding, and I can assign ob to oa. What does it mean? Basically, a object of b is being assigned to reference variable of a, that is an object of subclass is being referred to by a reference variable of a superclass. Now if I call oa dot show, which version of show will be called? What do you think? Obviously the b's version, because the object is of b, right? Ob is an object of b, no matter the reference variable. Okay, although the reference variable is of a, it doesn't matter. So this is the fact which you need to understand, that it doesn't matter what reference variable you are using, Java will decide how to resolve the overriding of methods depending on the type of the object, not the type of the reference variable. Okay, so here obviously B's version will be called. If I execute this, B's version will be in B show is called. Why? Although I have the reference variable as O, which is a reference variable of class A, it doesn't matter. Okay, as long as the object is of B. Now say I want to have maybe I want to assign OC to OA. If that is the case, what do you think will be called? OA dot show? Which version will be called? Obviously the C's version will be called, isn't it? Obviously, because the object is of C, that is why it will be called. Okay, so it doesn't matter what reference variable you use or what type of reference variable you use, as long as you give the object's name as some other classes. If it always depends on the type of the object. Okay, so if I create an object of B and use the reference variable of a superclass and call a method, overridden method, the object's type version will be called. Okay, I hope you understood the concept. Maybe it got complicated at the end. I'll just clarify it again. See here, I have created an object of B with the name OB, and I have created an object of C with the name OC. And the reference variable is OA, which is of type A, right? Now I'm assigning the object of B to a reference variable of A. Here A is the superclass, B is the subclass, right? Now when I'm calling the show method using the reference variable of A, now what does the reference variable of OA contain? It contains the object of B. So which version of show will be called? Obviously the B's version, the B's overridden version. Okay, that is why in B show is printed. In the same way, OC is a reference variable of type object C, right? Of type C, but it is assigned to a reference variable of its superclass, which is of class A. Now when I call the show method with the reference variable OA, what is OA containing? It is containing the object of C. That is why when I call OA.C show, what will be called? Which version of show will be called? Obviously the overridden version, which is in C, right? That is what is demonstrated here. In B and in C is being printed. I hope you understood. Okay, thank you. See you in the next video.